and take a little Scion wood, get ready for our grafting workshop we got coming up. This one of our Honeycrisp apples we've got. What you're looking for on your Scion wood, you want good growth from this past year. If you look at this one, come down here, you can see right there that down here is year before last growth, and up here is this year's growth. We're looking for somewhere in the neighborhood of about 3/16 of an inch. The size really going to be determined by what size rootstock you're grafting onto, or what size branch you're going to be grafting onto. But to keep from just knocking this thing way back, we're going to come down here. We want at least two or three buds on two or three of the buds on there, so that way you got something growing coming off of it. And we're just going to come down here and just snip that thing off there. That gives us a nice piece of Scion. Don't need anything anywhere near this long, so we can actually take this one, cut it in half, maybe even cut it in 3 pieces, make a couple of them. We'll take a couple more of them off of this tree. You can see right here, that's last year's growth. All this up here, this year's growth. So we'll knock another piece off of there. And we'll go on and get one more off of this tree, and then we'll go on to another tree, get some more off of them. And it's really just that simple. Now we'll take these and we'll put them in a Ziploc bag, and then we'll put that in the refrigerator, let it stay in the refrigerator. That way they don't try and start waking back up, because this tree's still dormant right now, and you want to take all your Scion cuttings when the tree is still dormant, and then when it wakes back up, it'll start merging with the rootstock or the tree that you've grafted it onto, and continue growing. Another one of our Honeycrisp apples. This one's just a little too small. We planted it this past fall, so we're not going to take any Scion off of it. We'll probably do a little bit of pruning to it, get it all shaped up so it'll be good to go this year. But this one's just a little bit small to be taking any Scion off of just yet. We're here at another one of our Alberta peaches. Going to take a few Scion cuttings off of it. It's exactly the same as doing it with the apple. You're just looking for this year's growth and looking for something about the size of the rootstock you're going to be going with. So we're going to come up here and we'll just snip that one off there. Go on and get another one about right there. Take another one from there. And we'll go with another one right there. That's not too clean of a cut there, so what I'm gonna do is come down just below that cut and snip it off clean. It's the piece of the Alberta peach that we snipped off that didn't quite snip off so smoothly. So what we're gonna do to fix that, you can kind of see how the bark split up a little bit on it, and definitely don't want that when we're gonna be grafting. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna come up just above that next bud right there. You can see it, and just snip it off, get a nice, smooth, clean cut. This used to be an Alberta peach, or Alberta peach. Had a rabbit that we had in this pen last year, let it free range for a little while, and it decided to come over here and girdle this tree. And they just chew the bark off all the way around it. So once that bark is chewed off all the way around it, the tree is not going to grow anymore. So you can see what we did was we came in and we just snipped that tree off. And then we had this grow up last year. This whole tree right here that you're seeing is all last year's growth. So it grew about 4 foot tall. So put on a whole lot of growth last year. And we are going to turn this back into another peach. This is just the rootstock growing up, so it's a peach coming up there, but probably not going to be a peach that's really worth eating. So we're going to snip this thing off and graft a new peach onto it, and just make sure you come to our grafting workshop and learn how to do it. Okay, we're out here in the greenhouse. Got a piece of our Scion wood that we just got cut, and this one's a little on the long side for our storage bags. This is our storage bags. You can see it's going to be too long to fit in there. Not a problem though. What we will do is we will just take this, and if we cut it right about in half, it's definitely going to give two nice sized pieces in that bag. And when you look at it, you want to make sure you got at least 2 or 3 growing ends. So get them cut in half, and now we got our 2 pieces. They are definitely going to be able to fit in the bag, no problem. And to keep these things fresh, what we're going to do is just take the end of it, dip it in this hot wax, and that wax on the end of it there is going to seal the end of it up, keep all the moisture inside of it. And on the other half of it, since we've got 2 cut ends, we're going to do that end and we're going to do that end. And now this first piece is set up just a little bit long, just a little bit now. You can kind of see the wax on it just a little bit there. So we're going to come through, add it.